morning. It is 5:50 a.m. and I am at Los Bluffs. This is a wildlife refuge that has been featured on BBC national program and National Geographic. It used to be called Squaw Creek. The place is pretty famous in Missouri because it's a major gathering point for snow geese, especially in the migratory seasons. But in late November, this area attracts hundreds and hundreds of bald eagles. Here in August, and what I am going to do is I'm going to drive through slowly at dawn, which is in about 15 minutes, and then we'll finish the video driving through at midday before I've got to get on the road to go to work tomorrow. Let's cross our fingers and see what happens. It's pretty hard to see the birds in the Missouri wetland in August. Got a bit of a lotus problem, wouldn't you say?
August is probably the toughest time to do wildlife photography. All of the water is gone. The whole world, the whole wetland is just lily pads as far as you can see. Heat haze makes taking photos difficult. The wildlife is, all hidden during the day and spread out much further than normal. Even when you can find a large body of water, there might only be a couple of birds on it. I got really lucky. This small pond was tucked behind a tree line right off of a levee, and this is just normally a vast wetland that had dried up except for this small area, and everything had kind of congregated there. The shorebirds, the ducks, the glossy ibises, and the white ibis that I'd never seen before. Then I stumbled onto these fellas. They were young, ring-necked pheasants, I believe. And I know this clip right here, it really doesn't go, but it was such a neat clip that, I had to put it in. And let's face it, you're watching this channel because you think that wildlife clips are neat too. So even though it didn't quite fit with the rest of the tone of the video, I had to put it in. I love when cormorants and pelicans take off on the water, the way they hop across the top of the water. It's just really neat. And my entire trip was just kind of a bummer to this point. I couldn't take any good photos. I felt like I had wasted, a 4-hour drive, and I stumbled into some sandhill cranes, and I was really, really excited, but there was no opportunity for a great photo. They were downhill from me. Again, I had the heat haze. This is the closest that I've ever been to sandhill cranes, but I couldn't do anything with it. If I tried to approach them, they would take off. If, I tried to get a photo, I was at a down angle, and so the background was too close. The photos weren't coming out real clear because I was too far away with the telephoto lens, and you get that heat distortion. So I really just had to kind of enjoy being there and watching them, and enjoyed being that close for the first time in my life to sandhill cranes, which they're just very, very impressive birds. And they did eventually fly for me. I was able to get a couple of flight shots, nothing spectacular. They landed on a levee off in the distance, and I filmed them silhouetted against the backdrop of the now dry wetland. And it was really neat. And then I prepared to go home, and that's when everything came together and the trip was worth it. And I ran into this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous female coyote. And why is she so gorgeous? Well, because she lives on a national wildlife refuge. So there's no food shortages, no mange problems, not a lot of other coyotes to fight with, and that just gives her a nice weight, and her coat a really nice sheen. Just an absolute gorgeous coyote. One of the prettiest coyotes I've ever seen. And she was incredibly tolerant. She's very used to people in vehicles. She does not like people out of vehicles. And this was my attempt at getting low and hoping she would walk towards me. And of course she did not. She turned around and ran the other way. But I got this really cool environmental shot here where she was sitting pretty. And then, for the first time in my life, just after she disappeared into the tall grass on one side of the road, out of the tall grass on the other side of the road came this pup. This is the first time I've ever seen a coyote pup, and it was absolutely, well, magical. It was just great. The little pup was chasing after grasshoppers, late summer large grasshoppers, and it was pouncing in the grass and eating these up while it was waiting for its mom to catch something, I imagine, a little larger for dinner. And it did not care that I was there, and I got some great shots. And it was a real harsh sun, so I turned that photo into black and white. There's a little pro tip for you. Sometimes if you make a photo black and white, then you can't tell that you took it in that really harsh light, because a lot of that harshness actually shows up in the color of the photo. But I got to spend a lot of time with this coyote puppy, and I won't forget it for a long time. That's it for the video. There's going to be one last photo coming up. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Channel's still growing. We're about to get our 250th subscriber, so that's exciting. The more subscribers I get, the more videos I can make. Thank you very much.